What is good, Council of Comics? Thank you for watching and tuning in. Remember to hit that subscribe button. So, what we're going to do here today is we're going to go over all the books that we got from IACON. Yeah. Shout out to Madness. Yeah. Rogue Nation 845. Bro. Comic book, toy, cosplay, artist, writer convention that we went to a couple weeks ago. We have the doc in the video list, so go check the channel list and you'll see the IACON convention for 2022. All right, so overall I spent about $75 that day, and I'm going to show you all the books I got for $75. And up here at the top you'll see what it's like an estimated worth of the book currently, and then I'll put a final number at the end of the video so you'll know how much we went above the scale of what we spent. All right, so here we go. We got Masters of the Universe from DC number 2. This is the first Masters of the Universe series in comics. I also have number 1, so it's great that I found number 2 to add to the collection. It's also a newsstand, which is really good. This is worth about $30, this book. And I also got Masters of the Universe number 3, which is worth about $25. It's also a newsstand in great condition. So really happy about that. I got Batman number 446. This is worth about $7. I think I paid about $1 for that. Batman vs. Predator number 2, and Batman vs. Predator number 3. Pretty cool. This book has a special place in my heart because this is one of the first books I ever bought when I was reading comics as a kid, and I saw it there, and they had it for like $2. It's worth about $7, but this one holds a special place. This is one of my first comics ever. And we got Batman number 443. This is just a $2 book, but I paid about, I think, 50 cents for this. So, pretty cool. All right, those are the DC books. Let's move on to the next. Moving on to the next batch. This batch has a bunch of independent comics in it, plus licensed titles like G.I. Joe and Conan. So let's see what we got. We got G.I. Joe number 52, a newsstand. It's a great Mike Zeck cover with Storm Shadow and Quick Kick. I paid $1 for this. It's worth about $7. I got these 3, which were really good. It's G.I. Joe Special Missions number 3, number 2, and number 1. And that's like a nice little set when you guys are trying to sell books. It's not always about the individual books. If you can have sets, people like to buy sets, because usually you buy sets at a cheaper price. So I was really glad to get 1, 2, and 3. I already had 1, but that's in my personal collection, but now I have a 1, 2, and 3 set that I can sell. Darkman number 1 from Marvel Comics. I don't think this is the first adaptation. This is the second adaptation, I believe, but it's worth about $12 and it's pretty cool. Conan the Barbarian number 176. This is also a newsstand. I believe I paid $1 for this. This is about a $12 book. I also got Conan the Destroyer number 2. This is issue 2 in a 2-issue limited series. I was really happy because I like picking up the licensed books from back in the 80s. I feel like it's its very own niche market, and I enjoy that very much. Next on the list we have Cyberforce number 4. This has like a foil cover. It was a pretty good condition. It's Mark Silvestri. It's early Cyberforce. This is part of the first Cyberforce limited series. It's pretty cool. The Pit number 1. This is about a $15 book. I believe I got this for $1. The Image stuff is coming back. I think they're finding a way to retool it in and make it more viable like the other companies. But Pit is kind of like Image's version of the Hulk a little bit. And Pit was pretty cool. It was done by Dale Nolan, and he used to do the Hulk back for Marvel. And when they split to do their independence, he created Pit. Pretty cool. With Spawn number 42, this is an early issue of Spawn. The early issues of Spawn are really sought after. once you get to like 45 and up past 50, those are even more sought after. I saw this as, this is a dollar book, picked it up. It's about a $10 book, pretty cool. Max number 9, which is pretty cool. This was a Sam Keith book that came through the Image Comics line. It was really, really cool. He had really cool art. We got Max 9, Max 6. Just that cover is just amazing. It's such a great cover. Very Scotty Young type for this cover, but this is Sam Keith. And issue number 1, which is like a $20 book now, in great condition. It's the Max number 1. Pretty dope. All right, on to the next batch. All right, the next 2 batches are from Marvel, but we're going to separate them into X-Men batches and other Marvel stuff. We got Fantastic Four number 266. I got this in the dollar bin. It's about a $7 book. Darkhawk is becoming popular again. He just had a new series, which is pretty good. So these older issues are starting to become sought after. This is Darkhawk number 7. It's about a $7 book. Darkhawk number 4, which is pretty cool. Thought I had another Darkhawk. The Eternals number 2. I believe this is the second series of the Eternals that came out in the 80s. This is a newsstand book. This is about a $15 book. Pretty cool. The Eternals could pop again if they find a way to make the movie connect more with the MCU. I felt like they left that movie off at the ending. Like, it hasn't been spoken about in the rest of the MCU, so they got to find a way to make the Eternals a little more cohesive, and maybe these books will become more. Prince Namor, the Submariner, number 2 in a 4-issue limited series. It's one of his early limited series from the 80s. This is a newsstand. This is about a $7 book. Namor is becoming very popular now because of the movie. Captain America, number 333. This is also a newsstand. I got this for about 50 cents. It's about a $2 book. Pretty cool. Captain America number 301. This is also a newsstand. It's about a $10 book. It's in great condition. I got this for $1. Spider-Man number 8. This is from the Todd McFarlane series from the 90s. These books have a lot printed, but they're starting to become more and more sought after just because of the sheer fact that it's early Todd McFarlane. It's the Spider-Man that kind of exploded Spider-Man into another universe amongst fandom, and the artwork in these issues is phenomenal, as you can tell just from this cover. This is about a $10 book, and I got it for $1. Web of Spider-Man number 4. This is a newsstand. It's good to get the early issues of series, especially like Web of Spider-Man. If you can get like 1 through 5, it's a pretty good thing to have. This is about a $12 book. This has Doc Ock on the cover with Spidey. Pretty cool. I think I paid $3 for this book. War Machine number 1. With Armor Wars coming in as now a movie, it was before going to be a TV series. This book is going to become more and more popular. Right now it's about a $15 book. It is a aluminum foil cover. And I have to do some checking because I don't know if this stuff right here are scratches or that's just the way the book is. So we'll have to see. I only paid about $1 for this book. They had a lot of good dollar bin books out there, IACON. The Infinity Gauntlet number 1, of course, is the classic storyline. This book, if you can see on there is a signature. Now, alone, this book is about $45. This is considered one of the greatest stories ever written. If anybody can leave a comment of what that signature is, I paid $8 for this, and I don't think the person knew, and I didn't know until I got home that there was a signature on this. So give me a shout in the comments if you have any idea whose signature this is. Please let me know. It might be a nobody. I don't know. It might be somebody who just wrote on it. But I'm very interested to know and excited if it's what I think it is. All right. We got Punisher number 5. This is number 5 in a 5-issue limited series. This is the original Punisher limited series from back in the 80s. This is about a $25 book. Punisher is coming back to the MCU at some point, and he's one of the best characters that's ever been in Marvel Comics, and I'm very excited to see him come back, and hopefully we get the same person doing the role of the Punisher that was in Daredevil, and hopefully he reprises that role in the new Daredevil show. We got Ultimates number 1. This is from the Ultimate Universe from a few years back. The Ultimates was the Ultimate Universe's Avengers. They weren't called Avengers in this universe, they were called the Ultimates. This is about a $10 book. It's pretty good to have all the number 1s from the Ultimate Universe, because I feel like they're going to become good grails for later. And Fantastic Four number 352. I believe this is the first cameo appearance of the TVA. I believe. I know this is a key. This is about a $12 book. Pretty cool. Got this for about $2. On to the next. Alright guys, and we're going to get into our last piles, these X-Men Mutant books. Let's see what we got. So, X-Men the Animated Series is returning. It's going to be called X-Men 97. There were a series of books that were released that were adapting the X-Men animated series. It was called X-Men Adventures. You can see down here the Fox Kids. This was on a Fox show. We happened to find issue number 4, issue number 3, and issue number 2. The other books are about $3 books. This issue number 2 goes for about $7. But I have issue number 1, and I'm trying to get the first 10 of the X-Men Adventures. Next on the list, we have Wolverine number 33. This is a newsstand. It's only a couple $1 book, but it's a great Mark Silvestri and Dan Green cover with Wolverine coming out of the grave. This book right here also holds a special place in my heart because it's also one of the first X-Men books. Because I kind of started around Inferno with issue number 242, I believe. And I would pick up X-Men from that point on. And this is the issue where Rogue died, and Rogue had become such a... and just reading the book in like 5 issues, Rogue had become one of my favorite characters to ever, like, that I ever read in like comics and anything, period. And as you can see in the cover, she's being sucked in. She supposedly died in the book, but she comes back later in later issues. But this was a great Mark Silvestri, Chris Claremont book. It was just at a time where the X-Men was written brilliantly, and I'm happy that I could find one, especially a newsstand. This is about a $12 book. And this issue, number 248, is the first Jim Lee art on the X-Men. It's a newsstand. I was so happy to get it. They sold it to me for about $7. It's about a $20 to $25 book. But this is just classic. Storm dies in this. She's killed by Havoc. He didn't intentionally kill her, but the artwork, like when you were reading this, you were like, this guy's art is like phenomenal. He would come back on later to continue his ongoing run about issue number 265. But this is Jim Lee's first art on the Uncanny X-Men number 248. Get yourself one. Next we have some classic X-Men issues with your newsstands as well. These have great covers by Art Adams. That's pretty much why I like picking them up. The covers are original and Art Adams is a legend. So we got 19, we got 18, classic Magneto cover. We got 13 with a Dark Phoenix cover. Newsstands, by the way. New Mutants number 52. This is about a $10 book. This is a Bill Sienkiewicz artwork, which was mind-blowing back in the day. It was very different. So this was pretty cool. New Mutants number 41. That's a Barry Windsor-Smith cover. Barry Windsor-Smith, I feel like, is very underrated, and he's a very, very good artist. New Mutants number 9, which is also a newsstand, which helps me complete my 1 through 10. I'm trying to get 1 through 10 of the New Mutants. Maybe I can go 1 through 20, but it's a series that I would like to collect because it's one of my faves. The New Mutants number 33, which is a newsstand, classic Warlock going wild on the cover. New Mutants number 15, which is also a newsstand. It's a $10 book. New Mutants number 25. Which is a $10 book. Pretty cool. Alpha Flight number 13 with the great John Byrne Wolverine cover. Kind of a classic cover. And Magneto Twisting Soul, which I hear is one of the darkest Magneto books ever written, and I'm gonna have to read it and find out. So those are all the books that we got from IACON. I'm gonna put down right here while I'm talking the amount that I spent, and then I'm gonna put the amount that everything came out to be worth, estimated wise. You know, if I were to sell all of the books, this is what it would be. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment. If you know what signature that was, let me know. Leave a comment. Remember to like and subscribe. Remember to check us out Mondays and Sundays, live streaming at 8 o'clock and talking about movies, comics, everything. All right. So for the Council of Comics, thank you for watching, and we will check you guys later. Peace.